So, talking about my favorite show, The 100, and this is a review for Season 3, Episode 8, entitled Terms and Conditions. So this was a very simple episode. It's kind of one of those episodes that's pretty perfunctory, that's just there to be there. You know, it's a setup for the next episode, and just not a lot to it, is what I'm saying. Beginning of the episode, we find out we're in Arcadia. We find out that one of their patrols is missing. You know, they had some kind of message they were sending over the radio, and then it went dead silent. Two grounders show up with a bag, and he's like, "Oh, I had a feeling there were heads in it at first, but it's not. It's just two grounders." They're like, "Hey," you know, they're telling them, "We've set up a blockade because you've killed all our people. Blood must have blood." They opened the bag, and I think it was just the uniforms of the two guards who had gone missing. You know, their body armor and whatnot. And then they said, "We killed them slow. If you don't get rid of Pike, you're all going to die slow." Well, Bellamy was there, and he didn't like this one bit, so he just took out his gun and shot them both. And it's like, okay. And I'm thinking, you know, what was the plan there? Don't shoot the messenger. But that's exactly what happened. I mean, those guys must have had some balls. Or no one liked them, and that's why they got messenger detail, because what did they think was going to happen? You're going to show up, basically tell these people you just killed two of their people. And you know, they love killing grounders. They wiped out 300 a couple episodes back. So I'm thinking these are two guys no one liked. It's like, who are we going to send to piss them off? They're probably not coming back. Let's send Johnson and Jones. I like Johnson and Jones. Send Smith and Brown. I can't stand those assholes. Hey, Smith and Brown, we got a mission for you. Yeah, we'll see you later. But of course, they must not have been liked because no one came back to avenge their deaths. You know, there wasn't like a sniper with an arrow who kills, off any Arcadia people after those two got shot. So the rest of the episode, it's basically Kane, and his little mutiny people are trying to set up, Pike. They're trying to take him down. And there's a lot of back and forth between Kane and Pike, talking about what they should do. And, Kane's kind of, telling Pike he doesn't know what he's doing. We're trying to get peace here. And, Kane's like, "Oh, you just want to hand me over like you hand over Finn." And it does kind of bring up a point how everyone hates Pike, and they're siding with Kane. They want to go Team Kane. You got to remember, Kane is an asshole, or at least he was. I mean, this is the guy who once wanted to kill 300 people to save some air. And there's a scene where he's working with Miller and Harper, one of my favorite characters. And Harper's like, "Why don't we just take Pike out?" And Kane's like, "We're not that type of people." I'm like, "Yes, you are. Yes." I just brought up two things where, one, they handed over Finn without any real question because, Finn had killed the people and they didn't want to get slaughtered. And they flowed people all the time. They did the culling where they killed 300. I mean, that is the type of people they are. They are incredibly pragmatic and, they kill people on a dime. So they're not really all that different from Pike. So basically, they try to sabotage some plans of Pike's, but Pike was onto them. First, they had some Pike, they found the listening device, the bug, so they set up this thing where they said they're going to send out one of their vehicles filled with, automatic weapons. And Sinclair, who was the engineer who's friends with Raven, and he's played by the guy who played Gaeta on Battlestar Galactica, tries to sabotage the vehicle. They capture him, they throw him in a pen, and it's like very predictable. I was like, at some point he's going to start a fight with Lincoln because Lincoln's in the same cage, and they'd use that to escape, and they do that. They at some point, Bellamy comes down, and Sinclair's like, I'm going to rat everyone out. I was like, I know where this is going. He's going to start a fight with Lincoln. Sure enough, the fight gets started, and they use that to springboard all their people out the doors, beating up guards, and Harper's coming in, zapping people with the electric sticks. And while this is going on, Kane and Pike have been talking once again. All of Pike's guards go away, and Kane pulls out the shock stick and takes Kane out. And I thought he was going somewhere because he throws him in the back of the vehicle, and he's going to take him to the grounders. And he's driving out. It's like, oh, you got to get to the gate. Bellamy, stands right in front of him with a gun. I was like, run that motherfucker down. Just run him down. I mean, we've all kind of taken a dislike to Bellamy this season, so run him down. Just run him down. But he doesn't, so Kane gets caught. And the big cliffhanger is that Kane, Sinclair, Lincoln, Pike's like, we got to put him to death. And, that's what the next episode's going to be, them trying to get out of the firing squad. Another story that was going on is, the City of Lights. Jaha and Allie, they're trying to take over everything. And they need more people, but they need to find the 13th station. Whatever. So basically, Raven has to, get some kind of electronics and whatnot, but she needs to break into the computers, which were safeguarded by Monty. Pike's like, hey, people are going to fuck with their computers. I need you. You're the computer whiz. Of course, it's the Asian guy. To set up some kind of password. So they're trying to figure out what Monty's password is. They get with Jasper. And, they're like, come on, he's your best friend. Figure it out. And they figure it out that it's some kind of thing to do with Earth because Monty loved Earth. And the interesting part with that storyline is later, Jasper and Raven are in some, supply thing. I guess getting stuff so they could find the 13th station. I didn't follow it that well, but Jasper's asking Raven all these questions about what happens after you take the electronic pill. And he brought up Finn a lot. He was just annoying her with Finn. He's like, you forget all about him. And then Raven realized, holy shit, she has forgotten all about Finn because of the pill she took. She couldn't remember how happy he made her, when their first kiss was, stuff like that. And I thought that was very interesting because it's sort of like you take the pain away, you also take all the joy. She erased all her bad memories of Finn being killed and whatnot, but she erased all the good memories of Finn. And she wasn't having that. She started breaking down. She looked at the hologram. She's like, what the hell is this shit, And it seems like she's not going to work for Allie anymore now that she knows the deal was pretty rotten. So basically, like I said, it was a very simple episode. You've got this story arc, and you're going to have, good episodes that you're always going to remember. And then you're going to have episodes that are just kind of in between those episodes that just keep the plot going, but really don't stand out by themselves. And that's how I would describe tonight's episode. It wasn't bad, wasn't good, it was just there. But before we go on, I think there's a few things we need to talk about. There is quite a Twitter trend related to the 100 that's going on right now, and I thought I would address it. So basically, the Twitter trend that I am talking about related to the 100 is called LGBT fans deserve better. And most of this Twitter trend is about LGBT fans of the 100 pissed off because last week they killed off Lexa. Lexa, of course, was the commander, and she was having a romantic relationship with Clark, and then they killed Lexa off. And this has upset the LGBT community. Well, the 100 LGBT fan community. I don't think the actual LGBT community at large really cared, because they probably look at this and consider it a first world problem. And I guess you can tell by my attitude how I feel about it. Because, like I said, you've got, I think, Alabama right now, their state Supreme Court judge, a couple months back said, you know what? Don't be issuing out any more same-sex marriages. Despite what the Supreme Court said, right? And you got places like Russia and, the Middle East where they treat, their LGBT community like garbage. So I don't think most people in the LGBT community care about the 100 and how they treated some fictional LGBT character. I'm saying there's more important things to care about with LGBT than Lexa 100. But seeing how my vlogs are about the 100, I'm going to address that. Once again, I don't understand why they're that upset. I mean, yeah, they liked Lexa, and Lexa got killed off. We always hate it when one of our favorite characters gets killed off. They take it to this whole new level, like accusing the writers of like homophobia and whatnot. And it's like, where is this coming from? First of all, like I had said in other ones, I pretty much knew Lexa was going to die. It was real. I mean, the actress who plays her, she's on Fear the Walking Dead now. So you knew she was going to be leaving the show. And if you follow the plot, there was all this, they had set up like her underlings, the little bloodlings, you know, who's the next heir going to be. And then they introduced this one who's from the Ice Nation. It's like, oh no, you know, this little brat could be the next commander. And she kept making all these decisions which weren't popular with the 12 clans. And it's like, I saw a coup coming. Now, her exact death with her advisor, Granimal Heads, you know, Titus killing her. I didn't see that. Her dying that way. I thought she was going to die in a coup. But everyone knew Lexa was going to die. And the idea that you couldn't kill her off because she was in a LGBT relationship with Clark, it's like, why not? I mean, this is the 100. People are dying left and right here. One LGBT character gets killed off and everyone loses their mind. I mean, compare the relationship that Clark had with Finn. You know, a heterosexual relationship, because I guess Clark is now kind of bisexual, pansexual. But she was in a relationship with this guy, Finn. And in the second season, for some reason, they decide they're going to get rid of Finn. So they have him massacre a bunch of people, go crazy, and then they push him outside and he dies. So he got killed off pretty perfunctorily, you know, the same way that they just kind of killed off Lexa. Also, Wells, who I don't know, he was friends with Clark. Maybe they were romantic at one time. 6 episodes in, he's sitting next to the little girl after him and Clark seemed like they were going to be friends again. And the little girl goes, "I'm so scared. It's all because of your daddy." It's like, whoa! I mean, I didn't think he was going to last that long, but to get stabbed by that little brat, I didn't see that coming. So the message there is, don't get into a relationship with Clark. Wells, Finn, now Lexa. There's what you got to think with that show. If anyone starts getting romantic with Clark, they won't be around for the next season. And so many other characters get killed off. Why are we upset about this one? Because it was, I think a lot of people, they said because it was a healthy LGBT relationship. And it's like, was it really that healthy? I mean, she's a warlord. And she was making a pass at Clark. Clark, what was she supposed to do? She pretty much had to go with it. Because if she didn't, their truce would be off. I mean, why don't you gender swap it, or make Lexa a guy named Alex or something, and he had a romantic feelings towards Clark, and suffer the same fate. Do you really think he'd be hyper pissed about that? You'd think, oh well, kind of a shitty storyline, but it's pretty atypical. Romance that was doomed to fail. But yeah, it's that's my attitude. I think they need to calm down. I mean, I'm upset myself because Monty has not gotten the storyline. So I can get why people are upset with what the 100 does, because this episode was a prime example of that too. And once again, right towards the end, we had another just slim chance for Monty to step up and there be a storyline. And Basically, we find out that they didn't rat out Harper and Miller, even though they know they were working with Kane, because I guess they didn't want them to be sent to the firing squad. Up comes Monty's mother, and she's like, hey, did you ever find out who else was working with Kane? And I'm thinking, oh, what's going to happen? And then, of course, Bellamy steps in, fucking storyline thief that he is, and goes, no, we didn't. It's like, why the hell couldn't you give that to Monty? Make him lie to his own mother. Mama drama. And that's all I got to say about tonight's episode. Just, like I said, calm down with the hate for killing off Lexa, and let's give Monty a storyline.